Okay, so let's try to itemize all the deductions, and let's start first with interest expense. So the question is, kailan po pwedeng gawing deductible, business deductible expense ang interest expense? Okay? So nabanggit natin kanina sa ating non-deductible business expenses, there are 4 instances kung kailan hindi natin po pwedeng i-recognize si interest expense. So one of the example, no, kailan natin siya hindi mare-recognize, ayun ay kapag una, gumagamit tayo ng cash basis. So, yung part ni interest expense na kasama ng amortization portion, so ayun ay hindi natin babayaran. So, let's say for example, balikan lang natin, kung meron tayong interest payable, so based sa ating stated rate na 5,000, pero ang ating interest expense ay let's say 5,500 using the effective rate. So, ang i-recognize lang natin na interest expense is the 5,000. So, yung 500, which is the amortization portion, ay hindi natin i-recognize. The reason, kasi nga, cash basis yung gamit natin. So, kung magkano lang yung binayaran, yun lang din yung magiging expense natin. So, hindi rin po pwedeng i-deduct as allowed deduction yung interest expense if ayan ay nanggaling sa utang between related parties. Kung ayan ay inutang, ayan ay bunga ng pagkakautang natin due to petroleum exploration, at saka kapag ayan ay interest ng inutang natin for capital expenditure. So, yung ikaapat dito, ayun talaga yung dinidiscuss natin ngayon dito sa first type or first na use ng interest expense. So, kapag ginamit natin siya as part of capitalized expenditure or capitalized asset, so hindi natin siya i-expense. The reason, kasi nga, pag kinapitalize na natin siya, so this interest expense will now be part of the capitalized asset. Sabihin, napataas niya yung value ng asset. Dahil naging part siya ng value ng asset, pag nag-depreciate yung asset, kasama na nating na-expense yung interest na kinapitalize natin. So, magiging double deduction siya kung i-deduct na natin siya as allowed deduction, tapos i-deduct pa natin siya as part of depreciation. So, pag kinapitalize siya as part of capex, hindi na siya pwedeng maging deductible. So, kailan siya madideduct? Only upon the depreciation or amortization of the capitalized asset. Another treatment to interest expense is to directly expense it and deduct it from the gross income. So, ito na yung time na yung interest expense natin ay magiging allowed deduction. Pero, hindi yung buong interest expense natin ay laging magiging deductible. So, meron tayong ilang bagay na nililimit pagdating sa pag-expense ng interest. So, first, sabi natin, kung meron man tayong interest expense na binayaran at hindi kasama dun sa 4 nating exemption, so yun ay i-recognize natin, pero yun ay mababawasan ng 33% ng interest income subject to final tax. So, ano ba yun? Meron tayo 4. Interest income on bank deposits here in the Philippines, interest income on bank deposits under EFCDS, interest income from long-term deposits or yan, which is subject yan sa final income tax kahit na 0 pa yan, 0% pa. Interest income on trust fund, deposit substitutes, and other yields. So, yung 4 na yun. So, pag meron tayong interest income from those 4 things na subject sa FIT, 33% of that income should be deducted from the interest expense. The resulting amount shall be your deductible expense. So, hindi porket meron kang interest expense, yun na yun. Kung meron kang interest income na sinasubject natin sa final tax, which is yung 4 na nabanggit ko kanina, so 33% of that interest income shall be deducted from your actual interest expense to arrive at your deductible expense. So, just take note of this thing, 33%. So, this is really 33% and not 33.33. Ibig sabihin, hindi natin po pwedeng i-divide by 3 lang basta-basta yung interest income. Kailangan i-multiply talaga natin siya sa 0.33. Tapos, hindi yun 0.333333. So, kailangan lang nating linawin. So, let's have an example para mas maintindihan natin yung concept. So let's say for example that a resident citizen loaned 1 million from a bank to be used in his business. So this is business expense. Therefore, pwede nating maging deductible, pwede hindi maging deductible. So the loan pays 12% interest, and aside from this, these data are available regarding the taxpayer. So wala namang sinabi kung magiging capex ba siya, so hindi siya kasama sa exemption na yun. Hindi rin sinabi na pang petroleum, so hindi rin siya kasama doon. Hindi naman sinabi na related party niya yung bank, so hindi rin siya kasama doon. Okay, so ayun. So here are the other data. So interest income from loans, since interest income from loans is subject to BIT, so hindi ito yung kukuhanan natin ng 33%. We have also interest income from the bank deposits. So these bank deposits will be subject to FIT. Hence, kasama ito sa 33% na kukuhanan natin ng deduction. The third one is the interest income from receivables. So, interest income arising from receivables are not subject to FIT but rather subject to BIT. And interest income from bank under EFCDS, so we have 8,000. So, sabi natin ito ay subject din sa FIT. But take note guys, ang kukunin natin dito is interest income, not the tax. So, wala tayong pakialam kung anong rate muna yung gagamitin natin dyan for this purpose. So, magkano ng interest expense natin? So, we have 1 million multiplied by 12%. Our interest expense na babayaran is 120,000. So, this 120,000 should not be deductible na buo as 120,000 kasi nga meron tayong mga interest income na subject sa FIT which has a total amount of 20,000. So, sabi natin 20,000 times 33%. So, minus muna natin dito. So, we have 20,000 times 33%. So, this is 6,600. Hindi ko sure. Tama ba? So, we have 6,600. So, this 6,600 will be deducted from 120 na interest expense natin. Therefore, there will be 113,400 na pwede lang nating maging deductible expense. Okay? So, that is how you compute for interest expense. Next, itemized deduction number 2 is the taxes expense or the taxes paid either in Philippines or in abroad. Generally, kapag ikaw ay nagbayad ng tax from PH and abroad, no? So, pwede mo yan gawing deductible. Ibig sabihin, that is as a general rule, that is a deductible expense. Pero meron tayong exception at ayun ay yung WIDES. So, what do you mean by WIDES? So, number W stands for war profit tax or excess profit tax of any country. Therefore, kung ito yung binayaran mo, hindi yan magiging deductible expense sa'yo. Second, we have income taxes. So, pagdating na income tax, dalawa yan. Income tax paid by individual and corporate. So, hindi yan po pwedeng i-deduct. Actually, common sense lang naman. Kung mag-a-arrive tayo sa taxable net income, kailangan nating i-minus yung allowed deduction. So, paano mo nalaman yung magiging payable mo kung di mo pa nga alam kung magkano yung iyong allowed deduction? So, matik, hindi talaga to po pwedeng makasama sa deductions natin. So, meron din tayong income tax paid abroad if tax credit is availed. So, di ko alam kung natatandaan nyo pa, but going back to the lecture on income tax credit paid abroad by resident citizen, remember, resident citizen, so, dalawa ang possible na maging treatment natin dun sa payment niya ng income tax abroad. Either, i-deduct niya sa gross income, in that case, so, pwede siyang deductible, nasa general rule siya. Or, pwede naman na hindi niya i-deduct sa gross income, ang gawin niyang tax credit. So, pagka yung income tax paid abroad niya ay inelect niya na maging tax credit na lang, ibig sabihin, hindi na siya pwedeng maging deductible from the gross income natin. So, yun yung income tax natin. So, the I stands for income taxes. D stands for donor's tax. So, let's say, for example, you paid donor's tax because you donated something to either a stranger or your relative. So, the donor's tax you paid for that thing will not be deductible from your gross income. Another is the estate. So, let's say, for example, there is a decedent and the decedent gave something, left inheritance to its descendants. So, yung binayaran niya or yung babayaran ng estate niya na tax, so ayun ay hindi rin pwedeng maging deductible. Then, number 6, we have the special assessment tax. So, you already know what special assessment tax is. Ayun po, ay yung mga babayaran natin na special assessment tax ay hindi natin po pwedeng i-deduct as deductible expense against the gross income. Okay? So, 2 itemized deductions were already discussed. We have interest expense and taxes paid in PH or abroad. So, see you next video.